Good evening, everybody. Oh, let's take these off. I'm going to speech jam myself otherwise. How the devil are you? Tonight, I'm on the Kraken, you'll be pleased to know, and I've already had a generous dose. And God knows what the stream's going to have in store for it tonight. It did make me laugh. The amount of people that must have mashed their keyboard to try and type Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We had great comments like Ferris. What's this one? Spenny Ferris Bella Frothon. Ferris Biker's Day Off. You got it though, Howard. You got it first. Thought that was quite funny, really. Hello, Christian from Grantham.
Let's give it up big time. Hello, Christian from Grantham. Now let's get cracking.
You lost the Bismarck, what? And the Leopard to a minor fire really put me off. Icarus, what happened? Oh my god. That's not good. Lou, I was wondering why you didn't get Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You should have been like straight away getting that. I've been finishing. The chair's finished, Lou. The video's actually up on the channel, but that'll be going live tomorrow. And I'm starting the electrics, which means I'm priming the control box because I aim to start putting electrics in there. What you need to know when you were asking me about the lever, I'll show you tomorrow when we zoom. It's dead simple. But you will aid yourself by putting your pot meter on that serial monitor that I showed you and just work out the values. So move it to the position you'd like it to start doing something and write the values down. You have that handy for our Zoom call, then I can help you out with that. It's all good. But it's all good. It's all good tonight. Now, just so you know, people have been asking about my mum. My mum's fine. She's out of hospital now. She couldn't breathe. They thought, and the ECG was all over the place, so they suspected heart and lungs. Turns out she's actually got 2 fractured vertebrae in her back. I don't know how she's done that. She's got osteoporosis, so I think it's caused by that, which means she can't breathe in because it hurts, and that's causing the problem. So she's out of hospital now, but, you know, she's in the process of being fixed. So thank you for asking for that. But it is the reason why there's been no really big builds this week. It's the reason why I wanted to do... Oh, God, let me think. The Leopard tank, I wanted to do that, and the Zero Fighter this week, and I never get a chance, so I'm going to be doing that next week. But just so you know, giving you a quick rundown, because I've got a full list of things here, I am going to be at the Goodwood Festival of Speed on Saturday. Goodwood, if you're not sure where that is just north of Chichester on the south coast. Lots going on there. Cars. The Red Arrows, but also Agora Models are there. And Agora Models recently posted on their Instagram feed this video. See if you can spot in the background something we haven't seen before. I've kept it quiet because the music was copyrighted. There's the Cobra there. Look at that, the Porsche. I'll be able to see a new Porsche. Haven't seen that completed. Fire truck. What's that? Background there. Oh, Leopard tank. The Jaguar. I don't know who's got the camera here, but I reckon they definitely tease that of what's in the background. Something's in the background on that blackboard. Whoops, that was my thing.
Let's give it up big time.
Did you see that? Shall I show you one more time?
Hello, Chris.
So there's the Jaguar Leopard tank. What's that in the background there? Cobra, Porsche, Super Snake at the back there, Bismarck at the back. But there, what's that?
Let's give it up big time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, sorry, Christian.
Hello,
Christian. Whoa. I didn't turn you off. I did. I managed to catch it. But sorry about that. But yeah, it does look like a Ferrari 312, I have to say. But it's going to be interesting to see what that is. But yeah, if you want to come and meet me, I am going to be at the Goodwood Festival of Speed on Saturday. So come on down. This could be a good day. Hopefully, the weather did say rain, but it's changed its mind now and it says sun. So we're all good with that. Also, believe it or not, we have got a merch on the map today. Now, we've had Steve131 before. But Steve lives in House Owen, so I'm in Corby, here I am, and if I scroll all the way to Birmingham, change my accent because I'm coming from Birmingham over here, like we're going to go to House Owen, there, and this is where Steve, now Steve, or Steve131 is with daughter number 2 here. Daughter number 2 is wearing the Let's Get Cracking shirt, and Steve's wearing the In My Defence shirt. Thank you for sharing that, Steve. They look absolutely awesome. I've still got to get myself a Let's Get Cracking shirt. Believe it or not, I don't actually own one. So I need to get one because when I make these shirts, I don't get freebies, you know. I got to get them myself as well. So it's all good. Third time's a charm. You want to see it one more time, RF? Look, one more time. Ready? Just look what's in the black section on the back wall. Did you see that? It should be fun. The Lamborghini Miura, I believe payments have now come out for that, so you should be getting box 2 shortly. I don't know when that's coming. So that's going to be quite fun. Did anyone else have a problem with issue 14? You know what? I can't even remember issue 1, Peter. The F40. I went to install the gearbox mounts. The holes on the sides are different, but the pegs for the mounts are the same size. Don't know. I can't remember. I cannot remember that build at all. All I remember is that they kept changing it halfway through. And from what I understand from Nigel, who lives close by to me, he says issue 87 is going to be fun because it's the instructions are only half done. So pretty much like what we did on the Patreon stream. If you're a patron last night when we were doing the Dragonfly, it was basically guess the screw. So we had quite an amount of time of doing that. But all the patrons that are watching, just so you know, once the Dragonfly was built, it's plain sailing from then. I actually built all the gears last night after the stream, so there's not a lot left to do on it. It's just to make the frame. But I'm going to have that finished, and I think rather than do a build video, I'm going to do a video about how it's actually working and how it works, because it's quite an impressive thing to watch. So I've got no more parts for the fire trucks, Russell. Nothing at all, unfortunately. So the only things I've got here are Zero Fighter, Leopard Tank, Jaguar, and that's it. That's it. That's all I've got. Oh, Love Goodwood, Festival of Speed. I've got your picture you sent me, Chris, so I will look out for your friend there. But I've never been before, and when I've looked at the map, I'm like, wow, actually bigger than I thought. I didn't realise it was so big, so might become a regular thing for me once. I will try and get some footage though, and I'll get some things filmed so you can see that. Oh, the wife's in here. Hello, wife. How's it going? You're on the fence about the Enterprise D. I know you're doing a lot of mods for it, but does the quality justify the price tag? Velox, I don't know what's going on with Eaglemoss at the moment. Folks in America haven't had deliveries in God knows how long. If you look at the Eaglemoss customer collection site, the phones constantly seem to be down. We've had no delivery of anything apart from the Eleanor. I don't know what's going on. I haven't got a clue. So perhaps someone at Eaglemoss might be able to fill us in, because I wish I could give you more information, but I haven't got any information to give you, unfortunately. So that's that. Now, the other good thing is I'm going to be drinking my my rum just for the next 5 minutes, because you remember Tyrrell models, and I was telling you about the workstation. Well, we've got an update, and we've got the actual prototype of the full thing with the modular units at the back. So once again, if you want to get this for yourself, all you need to do, and I'm going to click over the screen here to the this screen here. This is the Tyrrell Models website. Navigate to Workstation, and then just sign up for the newsletter here, and you'll be the first to know when this goes live. Okay, but let me go back to that main camera. This is the workstation as it looks at the moment. Now, you've been watching this on the live streams in development right from the seed phase to this phase now, and I'm sure you're going to agree with me. Pretty impressive.
Hi everyone. So I've moved the camera, so it's basically pointing at the floor of my workshop. So I can show you this this baseboard. What I've had is a mock-up of the full-size piece of acrylic cut to the right specifications. You might remember a previous video where there was that little A4 mock-up. This is the full-size piece of acrylic, just so it gives you an impression of the size of the workstation. It's a bit difficult to see just with the black acrylic. So if I put a A2 cutting mat on top of the board where it would actually be located, it'll give you a better idea of the actual physical size of the workstation. This board will be recessed. There'll be a 5mm recess cut into the board, so this mat is flush with the top. You won't have this this sort of lipping. It will be actually recessed. But I guess the important stuff is the back, is of course where the all of the storage components will actually go. And I can show you that if I just lift in everything that I had delivered yesterday. Now that's the first time I've seen the design of the workstation in its entirety. You'll remember these components have been designed that I've just shown you. That's the oil storage. The other components are actually off the shelf from the ZEP system. I spent a lot of time thinking about how this arrangement would be ideal for all different kinds of model makers. Not just part workers, but for scale modelers as well, crafting people, and even if you build Lego, whatever it is that that you actually make. So I've had a lot of time thinking about what all those people could find useful in a I guess a tool storage rack. And I'll show you a few of those. I'll show you this again with some actual tools in place. But that's how I think the workstation is going to look, at least in its Mark 1 version. I quite like the way these are actually arranged. But the important thing is that it's modular. The only bits that you have to, I feel like, screw to the actual baseboard, because there will be obviously the location holes. The only components that have to be attached are these back components, because they have the locating screw holes. So the idea is that you bolt that to the baseboard, excuse me, and all of this section, you do get this section, but it's up to you how you arrange that, because what you do is you snap off these Z components. This entire row will snap off, and then you decide how you arrange this. You might want these boxes here. You might want the oil there. You might not even want an oil box at all. It's up to you. It's completely modular, and the fact that you can then buy any of the Z components and they will snap onto this front area allows you to create a workstation just for you. Now, as I mentioned, excuse me, this baseboard, this cutting mat will be recessed. So actually, what you could do if you wanted is have another row of Z components. If you wanted more of these kind of trays, you can have more of those. Or if you wanted to put another section of these, but you still wanted that, you can move this here, because this front section of the Z snaps off, and you could attach another section. So if you wanted to, you could carry on adding rows. I think ideally, maybe another row would be probably useful if you felt that you needed more storage. Maybe you wanted a complete row of these, but at the front, so you can get at your tools a bit easier. It's up to you. The whole idea is that all these snap off on the front area, and you decide what components is in the workstation. But that's how it actually ships to you. That's all the materials that you'll actually have in the box once it's all manufactured. But I just want to get that out to you. We're still going to finesse a little bit with the components, because some of these are a little bit tight. But that's how the I guess the Mark 1 workstation will actually look when it goes into production.
And there we go. I've got another video from Dave Howe over at Tyrell Models, which is just showing the little compartments for the plastic things that I use for the oil. And as you saw, they were included in the workstation as well. But that looks pretty cool. So once again, if you want to sign up for that, not sign up for the actual model, but just show your interest, then by all means, go to that website, click on the workstation tab, as I've done here, and just fill out the newsletter here. And you'll be able to get advised of the progress of that when it comes out, and also getting interest to see if people would like to buy that. I'm certainly getting one, because that holds a lot more than this thing does. And this thing is absolutely filthy now. I've had it for like 3 years, and it's all over the place. Oh, Dave, you're in here. Hello, Dave. How's it going? Okay, what else has been going on? Kenobi. Has anyone been watching the Kenobi series? Now, I was... did I set expectations high? Perhaps. But to me, the problem with doing a series which is a prequel to things, and it doesn't so much affect the Mandalorian, because the Mandalorian's an original character. But when you haven't got an original character, it's the old Big Bang Theory analogy of Raiders of the Lost Ark. There was no event that Harrison Ford or Indiana Jones could have done which wouldn't have stopped the Nazis getting the idol and, you know, killing them all cells at the end when they opened the box, the idol, the Ark. So there was nothing in the Kenobi series that could or could not have happened which would stop the events or change the events of the films, which, you know, that's the why prequels are bound by those rules. That said, I found it was too, I don't know, shallow is the word. I've been trying to tell Mrs. World Away what I thought of it. Either the acting wasn't very good or the dialogue wasn't very good. Something just seemed simple about it. If you, I can't get my words. It was, you know, Darth Vader wants to fight Obi-Wan here, and now he wants to fight him here, and then the Emperor says you're not allowed to fight him no more, and Princess Leia got kidnapped. That's the whole Kenobi story. Sorry, spoilers. So should have said that first, shouldn't I? I'm going to get in trouble for that. But yeah, I think it didn't meet my expectations, I have to say. But predictable might have been. I just didn't think the acting was there. And I know Star Wars is known for its bad dialogue and stuff, but I thought this was extra. This was, I don't know if it's a good thing, but you could tell it was made for TV rather than film. And I don't think that should be the case. But someone mentioned earlier on about The Boys. And I've only watched like the first season of The Boys. I haven't seen the second season, but I thought I'd watch the third season. And after 10 minutes of season 3, episode 1, I was out. I was like, no, that's enough TV for today. I turned that off. That was crazy. I never got to see Top Gun in the end on Tuesday. Mrs. World of Wayne had such a long day at work. It's quite a long time at work at the moment. Being a teacher, obviously you got the school reports and stuff and end of year roundups to do. So we just sat in and had our date night in. Dave's just mentioned here, there are just a few left on the first run of the workstation, so let Dave know as soon as possible if you're interested in one. Thanks to all that have expressed an interest. So that's excellent, David. Put me down, obviously. Hello, Shane. I am okay. You saw last week, Shane gave me these Ghostbusters pins. I've still got them here. I need a pin board. That's what I need. Mrs. World of Wayne's got a magnet board, and I'm sure that Lou and Phil got fed up with Mrs. World of Wayne just going around buying magnets everywhere. So my fridge, I don't know how it stands up with the weight of magnets that are on it at the moment. But there you go. Have I seen Halo? No, I haven't. I haven't seen it at all. I do know that Doctor Strange, I saw that in the cinema, is now on Disney Plus. So I enjoyed that. About this flocking you made. It made me remember the guy who repaired old Dinky Toys Matchbox cars and other models. Now listen, the flocking in the video looks good, yeah, but by no means is it perfect. It's not up to the standards I wanted it to be. There are bold spots. I tried to fix the bold spots and I was making things worse for myself, so I've stopped. I've said that's it. What it is as it is. It looks good, but if you go really close to it, you can see where some of the flock hasn't taken and stuff like that. So I'm going to the route of mine that perhaps George, when he sat in the chair, it's an old chair. It's probably got some of these tarnishes on and stuff like that. So it's all cool. You can still tell a compelling story in a prequel area. Saving Private Ryan isn't a lesser film because I know who wins the war. Yeah, it's true, but Saving Private Ryan isn't a character that you've seen before, so you know their story arc from beginning to end, and it's all the bits in the middle. So you could create a story inside that arc, I agree with you, but I think the story that they picked wasn't moving, if that makes sense. It wasn't interesting. You assume at the end of Revenge of the Sith that Darth Vader's got it out for Obi-Wan, but you wouldn't expect 6 episodes of Darth Vader trying to hunt him down with a side sort of story about Inquisitors looking for Jedis. It's I don't know. There was something. I can't think what it is. Perhaps I need to digest it and watch it more. But the dialogue wasn't all that. I don't know who wrote it. Perhaps George Lucas wrote it. His dialogue wasn't the best in Phantom Menace. But there you go. But I mean, I love The Mandalorian. I think the Mandalorian series is excellent. And I do love all of the Marvel series that are out. And obviously, we know the story arc for them and their stories either out after that arc or during that arc. But still better than the Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, I mean, that's another one. The Book of Boba Fett wasn't doing anything for me until The Mandalorian came into it. So perhaps that's the thing, Ian. Perhaps it's because I'm too invested in those characters, I couldn't absorb a new story for those characters. And perhaps it needs someone completely new. Because I'll be honest with you, I loved Force Awakens. I thought that was a brilliant film. And I liked the whole characters of Rey and Finn. And then they slowly wrecked it. And if you want to watch it in order now, you can, as they say in Big Bang Theory, watch the order that I was disappointed in. Although saying that, no, I was going to say Last Jedi is worse than the Rise of Skywalker. But no, Rise of Skywalker doesn't. The Rise of Skywalker is my Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. You didn't like Moonlight. Are you watching Miss Marvel? I'm not watching Miss Marvel. Moonlight, actually, Howard, I did like. I didn't like The first and second set episodes I like. I didn't like the third and fourth, and the last two were brilliant as well. I think there were 7, wasn't it? I can't remember. These are the last 2 I really enjoyed. No, I didn't. See, I can't get into the animated series either, Lou. And I've really tried. But I do know the stories of Rebels and the animated series. But, yeah, you know what, Lou? I don't... Something changed in the last, say, 2 years. My DVD and Blu-ray collection would rival yours. I had them wall to wall in my room everywhere. Yeah, I don't even own a DVD anymore. I've hardly watched any TV now. I do like to go to the cinema to watch a film if it's in, but I'm more invested in YouTube at the moment, or a film that I really want to see or has got a good story. I don't just watch films now like I used to in Blockbusters. I just pick up a film to take home with me and watch it every night. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's the YouTube channel or I'm building and flocking models too much and stuff. So, I don't know. I'm just going to put my aircon on. Lou, are you going tonight? Because you've got 2 minutes. If you are, then take care. Have a good meal. Greg Carter, that's an excellent... That's the sort of sentence needs to be on a t-shirt. Your problem with Moon Knight was there wasn't nearly enough Moon Knight in Moon Knight. Philip, what are we talking about, Philip? Did I miss so? Wait, did you get the Enterprise book? No, Pete. No, I haven't. You think they were trying to fill the gap, the massive gap, between the original films and the new ones? Yeah. But I mean, Clone Wars did a lot of that as well, didn't they, though? The Andor series is coming soon. That could be interesting. I mean, another one for original characters, even though 8 minutes. You've got 8 minutes, Lou. Okay, well, you're going to love this conversation then. I've seen now 7 episodes of Strange New Worlds. I am loving it. What an amazing show. Discovery couldn't stand. I haven't got time of day for that. I don't care for that at all. Strange New Worlds, yes. I get the same feelings of Strange New Worlds as I did with Next Generation when that first started. And just to answer your question from before, Lou, they are established characters doing stories that we don't actually know about. So I'm being really fickle, aren't I? But I love Strange New Worlds. Did you still watch The Black Hole? No, I mean, Adrian, there are films I watch all the time. My comfort films, if you like. You believe Black Hole I can watch again and again. A lot of James Bonds I can as well. Moonraker, Spy Who Loved Me. They're two of my favourite Bond films. Moonraker, yeah, you got it. I like the space theme ones. But you wouldn't believe what my go-to movie is for calming down. It's just an enjoyable watch, and I can just watch it again and again and again. It's the most random, nondescript, non-sci-fi film you'd ever think of. And for me, that film is Moneyball with Brad Pitt. I don't know hardly anything about baseball, but that story about the Oakland A's is brilliant. It's a brilliant story. I just love the film. I think it's a great film. You can save around 800 Danish kroner. So I need to save these for 12 to 13 months, and I can buy a full kit from Agora. It'll be one of the cars. The full kits are good, but don't you find that a little bit overwhelming? Because at the moment, I'll tell you now, I'm a little bit overwhelmed looking in. I've got no builds in here. Look, let me just show you back here. I've got my time machine. Look, there's the chair there. My Enterprise is still up there, and I've been painting the control box there, or priming it. But there's nothing on the floor now because I took everything out of here. And in doing so, Ian, that's why I haven't... see, look, my brother's in here. Hello, Russell. Moneyball's a great film. In doing so, I actually buried your poker bike, the box. So there was no poker video up this week. So I'll be up next week. So I haven't really continued since you went to Jamaica. But you're back now, so it's all cool. Fifth Element. See, now Fifth Element's a great film as well. I absolutely love that. But you see, the Fifth Element is a film that I would probably like anyway. Moneyball never appealed to me. And I think I caught the last 3 quarters on Sky Movies once. And I was hooked. I had to go and watch the film again. I've never seen Pacific Rim, Howard. Never seen it. So, but you know what, Fifth Element, you've touched me there, Lou, because I fancy watching that now. I have actually got that on my Plex server, so I have to say, take care, Robert. See you later, mate. No, not Jaws. Although saying that, Jaws I've watched about 50 million times now. So, and take care, Lou. See you later. Enjoy your dinner. Jaws, again, when I was building Yorkie, the amount of times we've watched it, and you know what, the Time Machine, up to building the Time Machine, I've hardly watched it, and now I can't imagine how many times I've watched it now, just trying to get details right. So your go-to movie is Ghostbusters. I can believe that. Well, not believe it. I can understand that. But Christine, real. God, I choked. Wow, Christine. Brilliant editing humor. I love The Fifth Element. That, and Russell agrees. The thing is, Russell, if you don't know Russell was on the stream with me. God, was it a month ago? We worked at Blockbusters together. Me and Russell have got very similar tastes in stuff. I mean, he's enjoyed Strange New Worlds as well. But yeah, Fifth Element's great. Michael Glog, how's it going? You just got in. What's the situation on the Ecto one your end? I'm still waiting on the tail lights for mine. Issue 35 I haven't received. They posted it out on the 13th of May. I was told that it should have been here last week. It hasn't. I was told there's a delay. No one knows what's going on. And I've seen the emails that they've been sending to some of you US folk saying that they moved warehouse. Are they still using that excuse? They've been using that excuse in every country around the world more than once. Now, when they say moving warehouse, I'm guessing they mean moving distributor. I don't know. But, yeah. I don't know what to say. I said, I wish I had news for you. I've got no news at all. So, you still love to watch the Back to the Trilogy. Now, the problem with the Back to the Future, Adrian, and the Indiana Jones and the Star Wars, if you've watched my countdown, is I think they descend movies, the go-to movies, because everyone should like those films. Everyone should. I'm making a very bold statement there. I'm sure there's people out there that don't like Indiana Jones or Star Wars or Back to the Future, but Mrs. Welder Wayne can't care for Disney. Can you believe that? Doesn't like Disney. How did we ever meet? Star Trek First Contact is my go-to film. That was a good film. I enjoyed that. What did you think of Generations, John? Because when it came out, I really liked it. But, you know, as time goes on, I'm like, yeah. Perhaps I'm just getting fussy in my old age. Who knows? Did I get any... Russell, yes, I have got more parts for the Titanic. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start building them next week. Now, they keep sending me 5 parts at a time now. But remember, when I first started, they were only sending me 4. So each stage, I'm always 2 behind. So it's all depending on how much I've got to do in each episode. So if I just show you this, in the last stage, you haven't seen this, I basically painted these die-cast bits here. In the next stage, we've got to put a yellow line through these. But they will be coming soon onto the channel. But I believe that they are on hold at the moment, like all the other builds seem to be. So I got an email saying there's no Titanics in the foreseeable future at the moment. So we'll have to see. Apart from The Mandalorian, I love your username, Baby-Faced Assassin. Apart from The Mandalorian, it feels like stuff is coming down the production line with little thought to real Star Wars fan. Yeah, it's like the milking machine. Do you get that analogy from Disney? It's how much we can get out rather than quality of stuff. And you know, they got it right with The Mandalorian, not so much with Boba Fett, and I do feel a bit let down with Kenobi, I have to say. Independent Day is great for seeing famous monuments being destroyed. Don't get me started on in several hours, aircraft from around the world will be joining others. We'll be fighting the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word will have new... I'm not going to do the whole thing. But if you want to hear someone do a great monologue, get Phil Spruverse to do Holy Grail when they're talking about not some farcical aquatic ceremony, some tart line in a lake flinging. He's brilliant at it. He's absolutely brilliant. He kept me entertained for a good 5 to 10 minutes in the car, just quoting Monty Python. I thought that was brilliant. Ghostbusters, Gremlins. I love Gremlins. I like Gremlins too as well, Russell. Taking the mickey out of itself. And who doesn't love Goonies? See, Uncle Buck. I think I've only ever seen that once. Hunt for Red October. Ian? I've never seen it. I've seen Crimson Tide. I enjoyed that. I've never seen Hunt for Red October. But that's a Jack Ryan film, isn't it? Hunt for Red October. So I liked Patriot Games and I like Clear and Present Danger. But if you listen to her about how she got the part in Fifth Element, are we talking about what's her name? Milla Jovovich? Is that it? Listen to her about how she got the part in Fifth Element and the bandage rats was interesting. Ah, is that on the like special features? Take care, Mike. Oh, are you saying take care of me choking out? Chronicles of Riddick and what was the other film? Pitch Black. I didn't like those films. I'm very fickle when it comes to that Vin Diesel films. I like the Fast and the Furious. I'm trying to think of a film I actually liked of his, and you know you can't. Okay, Groot, but no, Triple X. I suppose. Not a big Vin Diesel fan. I like James Statham more. I like his movies, Transporter and stuff like that. Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch. They're great. What do you think is coming in Agora in late 2000? You know what? I've got absolutely no idea, Sparky. But I'm gonna keep badgering them on Saturday. I know they're not going to tell me, but there's no harm, is there? You see, Nigel T. Field of Dreams. Now, I've only ever seen that once, and it was good from what I watched. But yeah, some of these films I should have watched loads of times, but I haven't. Any of the Shrek films? Really? 1 and 2. I lost interest after number 2, Paul. Any start date for the Skoda? John. It's because I keep calling the Volvo the Skoda. As soon as the bike's finished, I'm starting the Volvo there. So the bike's not got a lot to do. I've got to do the handlebars, rear wheel, and then just put the plates on and the chain. So we haven't got long to go with that. That means a trip to Gates soon, Ian. Police Academy's good, but where did you lose interest, Scott? How many Police Academy films were there? 6 was City Under Siege. 7 was Mission to Moscow, was it? 5 was Assignment Miami Beach. So 7, I'm guessing there must have been 8. I'm sure there was one after Mission to Moscow. Can't be sure. Don't know. A Good Year. A Good Year. Now, I haven't seen that, Pete. Is that Russell Crowe? I'm not sure, but I haven't seen that one. You're mindful I went to the drive-in. God, I wish we had drive-in still. Saw the Goonies at the drive. You know what? We had such a fab time watching the Lost Boys in our local cinema. They were doing sort of like a retro thing, and not only did they have the Lost Boys playing, but they also had the 80s adverts playing as well. So you had your Pearl and Dean, and then you had all your 80s adverts. Except, you know, no cigarette adverts because Hamlet Mild Cigars, you're not allowed to advertise them anymore. So they wouldn't let us watch those. Alien. See, these horror films being go-to films, don't they? That's kind of unnerving. I mean, I like A Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, but I don't know if I'd watch it all the time. As a matter of fact, I preferred Dream Warriors. I preferred Nightmare on Elm Street 3. That was more out there, I thought. But then again, like the original Carrie with Sissy Spacek, that was quite a good watchable film. Firestarter, I think that's just been remade, actually. Actually, pretty much any of the old Stephen King books. Stand By Me. All good. Well, Disney has a formula. Death, English bad guys, and fire. Pretty much most of Disney. Always got to have an English bad guy with an evil laugh. As Good as It Gets with Jack Nicholson. Now, I saw that in the cinema, but I don't think I've seen it since, Ian. Apollo 13, yeah, that's a good one as well. But I like Ron Howard. Ron Howard, I don't think can make a bad film. And then he made a bad film. Wasn't Ron Howard tagged to Solo? But he was more of a repair job on Solo, wasn't he? So, there you go. Flight of the Navigator. Steve, you know there's a film convention in the UK soon with the little boy. Now, I know he got into trouble a few years back, but he's going to be attending. I think they're having a whole Flight of the Navigator thing going on there. I'm not sure where, though. Have a quick Google map of it. Flight of the Navigator UK Con. Don't know. Can't help you. I'd like to say Southampton. But I think Southampton's Back to the Future. I don't know. But there is a con coming up there at the moment. Generation's a bit slow. Ed Hughes, you and Mrs. Weldawayne would love it. The Mummy she keeps watching again and again and again and again. She watches it almost as many times as she does watch Death in Paradise, Vera. What else do you watch, Mrs. Weldawayne? You just like your detective murder mystery things. I'm surprised I'm still alive with the amount of murder mysteries you watch. I'm sure you thought of cunning ways that you can dispose of me. Now, National Treasure 3, I was under the impression, Howard, that they're making a TV series. So there's not actually going to be a film as such. It's going to be a spin-off series. But again, that's Mrs. Weldawayne absolutely loves that. See, look, stepping through the Stargate, you see, Russell, I've never seen it. I've never seen Stargate with Kurt Russell. Never seen it. And I've never seen any of the series. I've never seen Atlantis. I've never seen... what was the main one? Stargate 3.1 or something? I don't know. I don't know anything about the franchise. I've never seen it. I know. You're going to have to pick yourself up off the floor, Russell, because that was a shocking revelation, wasn't it? You just had news that the MiG-29, is that still going? It's starting again after 2.5 years. Philip, that's disgusting. Perhaps they would have emailed me to let me know. I'm waiting for that email to let me know the victories are going again. In which case I'll have to go to the ashes of my incinerator and see what I can piece together. The UK talking book. No, I just... Russell will tell you, I took all the staff in Blockbusters to watch it. We went to this thing of watching cinemas together, all the staff. I think we watched that a stupid amount of times. I think it was 6 or 7 times, could have been 11. And we saw Casino as well, with Robert De Niro. We loved the old Goodfellas films, so like seeing Heat, Casino. They were some good trips to the cinema. Bit of Scorsese there. Derek Quaid doing the Up Yours when he takes his plane into the ship. What's that? Hang on. Howard, what are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? And me, Chris, have I lost some chat? Yeah, I think I'm losing chat because what's everyone going on about? I'm getting half conversations. Get him on live stream. You know what I should do? I've got a Zoom call with him tomorrow, so I'm like, Phil, please come on stream and just do your just a speech about the how you pick a designated leader or king. I am your king. I didn't vote for you. But you know what? You know who would give him a good run for his money, Paul? Russell in chat. As a matter of fact, any Monty Python, Russell will nail it for you. That and what's the other film that you keep doing? The Princess Bride, isn't it? You know what? I went through a phase, Howard, of watching all the extras on DVDs, your makings of, and all of that. And once you've watched them once, I don't think I've ever watched it again. Although saying that, did you see when I was in America, I went to the location where they filmed The Karate Kid? So, Russell, if you're on stream, you're going to love this picture. You're going to love this. Because I was in LA, you know, sunning myself up in California, I asked Phil, I said, Phil, I asked nicely, I said, Phil, can you please take me somewhere? Which is from The Karate Kid. So he took me here. Look, I'm outside Daniela Russo's house. And in this picture here, I don't know, you can't see it, but on the right-hand side, you see those garages there? Those garages are actually boarded up. And that was where Mr. Miyagi's little maintenance room was. That's where he was cutting bonsai trees. But right at the start of The Karate Kid, he pulls up outside here with his mum and offloads the car. He kicks down a gate. There's actually a gate just behind the bush there. And yeah, so pretty awesome, huh? The Thing. You see, that's another... it's a great film, Mark, but God, if I was watching horror films like that again and again, I'm sure Mrs. Weldaway might have questions. Most of the time it's, why are you watching that? That's disgusting. I'm putting it on my list, Rich. I'm putting it on my list. Oh yes, Jack's throwing things in. Cool Runnings. We all love Cool Runnings. And did they have anything for Cool Runnings in Jamaica, Ian? Some people say they know you can't believe Jamaica have a bobsleigh team. Wait, ask them to do an LMP2 build. I will sell a kidney for it. I'm trying to think what LMP2 stands for. Please enlighten me, Berg. This is probably something that's staring me in the face, but I don't know what that is. LMP2. Don't know. Yes, Mario's finished the Volvo now. It does look really good, doesn't it? So I am in the process of actually getting some more shelves so I can actually start displaying these in sort of like a museum environment. At the moment, I've got one shelf. So, Big Trouble in Little China. Oh, yes. Wait, I have a little film collection, nearly 3,000. Oh my God, Blu-ray and DVD movies, 43 box sets, plus every episode of DVD of Doctor Who you can buy. Wow. Mark, wow. When I had a lot, Mark, I definitely never had 3,000. I was probably near on the 1,000 mark. But you know what? It occurred to me when I was selling them all that some of these films I've never watched for years, but they've been on my shelf. I think that's what got me into the thing of just having a Plex server, so, you know, I can just keep them on my drive and they're not taking up much space. Big Trouble in Little China, yeah. That's another film I haven't seen for ages. Perhaps I should watch that. Yes, Russell Crowe. I've heard it's got good music, you know, Pete. I will have to add that one as well. I've just copied that across there. There's been talk of Police Academy 8 since the 90s. The last word I heard, but it was being a new class. Yeah, they can't use the old actors. I mean, some of them, I mean, what's it? Hightower's no longer with us. Tackleberry's no longer with us. What was the one who's got the screechy voice? She's no longer with us. A lot of people are passed. That shows your age, doesn't it? Solo was a really good movie, but it suffered by only being 5 months after Last Jedi. I thought it was good, Greg. I just thought it was really slow. I don't like films that drag out. That's why I can't stand Christopher Nolan films. You can tell his films in half the time. I know, that's a shocking one. Sci-fi's Dark Star. There's a lot of people on here that like Dark Star, you know, Chris. Silent Running, I haven't seen that. I know that Gary Reynolds Koza likes that as well. Mrs. Rhoda Wayne has a very good taste in films. You should see some of the films she watches, Ed. Her favourites, her absolute favourites are, let me think, Hello Dolly. She loves that. Bosch is brilliant. Are you talking about the washing machine repair company? My son's just got a job with them. He's going to be working for them from Sunday. Hello, Lauren. How's it going? Yes, she did direct a few episodes of Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park, Mandalorian. Ah, mental. I thought you'd like that. Oh dear, am I behind on chat again? Oh, I'm not too bad behind tonight. I mean, I've got some other pictures from my little soiree. Look, we went to see the Brady Bunch house. That was just down some random street. Now, this is in a residential area. Now, if you see, there's that car there is actually a security car, but I don't think anyone lives there. But I think a studio owns it, and they've just kept it maintained. But it is, for all intents and purposes, a real house. But that was the Brady Bunch house. We enjoyed it there. We went to the Pizza Museum, and some of these pictures, I don't know if you've seen, but some things from Batman here. Some of the cars. There's a Batmobile. This was all in the vault. This was Knight Rider there, and the Batmobile. There's Phil taking pictures of the Batmobile. Now, I was under the impression on the Knight Rider car that all the windows were tinted on the back and stuff, but I haven't seen a Knight Rider car where they've had tinted windows. They look good side by side together. Some really freaky pictures. Look, the Pope-mobile there. There's a picture here of something. Look at this car in a second. This is that's Jensen's Button's F1 car. There's Hamilton's from 2009 season. But Trying to find this car. It's just weird. Hang on, stand by. I'm just whizzing through photos here. That one. Check that out. That was in the vault. What the hell is it? It just looks like a space age thing you've ever seen. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that might make you go ooh. We got we had the Louisville. You've seen most of the stuff there. You saw the Batmobile and stuff we had there. They had this great video of the medical ship from Star Wars there. Let me show you that. Pretty cool. Very detailed, very, very big as well. And that's from the he made a diorama with a tauntaun and stuff on it as well. Pretty impressive. They had these as well at Wonderfest. These busts are absolutely brilliant. Check these out. This is how cool is that? But they were only in prototypes, so they weren't actually available to buy. Because believe me, I would have got them straight away. What else did we get up to? We went to where Churchill Downs, where the Kentucky Derby's run. You know, we were doing the flocking on the time machine. We all done it when we said that we've been looking at Lou's Elvira that he did. Well, this is Lou's Elvira. As you can see, the flocking on that chair, that's what we basically tried to copy, which was pretty cool. So we enjoyed that. And then pretty much Lou's Man Cave, and then round LA. We had just such an amazing time in America. And as I said, I can't thank Phil and Mrs. Brewverse enough for that. It was absolutely great. Wayne, don't move to Midsummer, just saying. You know what? I wouldn't even move to where. Is it Martinique or something where Death in Paradise happens? That place has more murders. It's like Santa Clara. it's more murders than anything. I wouldn't want to go there. Hello, John, over on Facebook. How's it going? Gonna miss the next 2 weeks. You're off to Spain on Monday if we got a plane. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like lottery at the moment trying to get a plane in this country. You know what? That doesn't affect international flights across the water to America, though. I think they know they stand to lose more if they cancel those flights. I don't know. She loves Bones, Paul, and Castle. She'll tell you. She's probably told you that in... Get back on the victory lane. I can't, Keith. I burnt it. It's burnt. It's gone. It's no more. It's kaput. Shawshank Redemption. Ah, that was a great film. Have you seen Avatar? I've seen the trailer for the second one. I have seen Avatar. I wasn't overly fond of it. It was just Smurfs, like South Park said, the Smurfs crossed with Dancing with Wolves. So, the Lost in Space movie with Matt LeBlanc. I certainly do remember that. That was quite. I enjoyed that actually. Inconceivable. What's the one you say, Mr. Smith? It's like, none shall pass without my say-so. Yeah, without my permission. Can we have your permission? Well, yes. I just butchered that. I know, you say it way better than me. The remake with a flyer with Jeff Goldblum, I loved it. Absolutely brilliant film. But again, if I was to watch that again and again and again, Mrs. World Away might have serious questions for me. About The Thing, watch the first movie from 2011. There was a Thing movie in 2011? Oh, there was. I haven't seen that. Do you like Mickey Mouse and why? I like Disney, Michael. Mrs. World Away, not so much. Are you dead, Sanka? No, man, I'm not dead. Kiss my lucky egg. They had cool runnings at the Montego Bay Airport back in 2012, but nothing anymore. They need to capitalise on that, I'm telling you. Lost opportunity. Oh, it's the Le Mans Classic car. Ah, thank you. I'm so behind on chat, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about a film then, Berg. Did you know that? That's why it threw me. Tremors. Once again, Melinda. I've never seen it. I know Kevin Bacon's in it. I've never seen it. Any Bruce Lee film, Nigel, I have seen. Big Boss, Fist of Fury, all of them. Although, it's a little bit difficult in this country because the Big Boss in this country is called Fists of Fury. No, in America it's called Fists of Fury. What's Fists of Fury called? They screwed up all the names in different countries, so it gets confusing what one you've actually watched. Big Boss is my favourite Bruce Lee film, even better than Enter the Dragon. I do like the old cutting people up and putting them ice thing. It's kind of that's right up my street. If that hasn't got this stream banned today, I don't know what is. Wizard of Oz and Sound of Music. You're talking about musicals. I like Les Mis with what's his little name? Hugh Jackman and Russell Crowe. And the Wizard of Oz. Me and Russell could tell you some stories about the Wizard of Oz, which involve us, the film, and a huge box of wine. But that's a story that shall be told at another time. Hello, Jost. How's it going? Oh, you sent me the video. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Bergdis. It must be a Tesla. Should I try and throw a ball bearing at it and see what happens? I've done nothing more, Michael. Look, as a matter of fact, it's just still on the shelf there. I'm not doing any more on the Enterprise, just so you know. I get this question a lot until I've got 100% confirmation of how that dome, that saucer section, sorry, fits to the star drive section, because without knowing that 100%, there's no point in putting any more panels on it, because I may have to stick a steel rod in there, which means welding it or thinking of some sort of clamp that I can put to put those pieces together. I've got no interest of the thing separating. I want it as one complete unit. So, there you go. I'm miles behind on chat. I'm not, because on the chat, the time code for your comment there, Mike, was 2 minutes 50. I'm on 2 minutes 52 at the moment. So I'm only 2 minutes behind. Yes, there is a new Willow TV show. That's going to be pretty cool. As a matter of fact, I am caught up. How cool is that? He has a wife, you know. Incontinentia. Incontinentia buttocks. You like... What? You like watching Bruce Lee playing ping pong with his nunchucks? What? Rocky Horror, that's a great musical as well. Under 10 minutes behind is good. It's because I try and read every comment. That's the thing, isn't it, Berg? Did you know that? The Rocky Horror Picture Show, the Rocky Horror Picture Show is one of my favourites as well. That and Little Shop of Horrors. I love all of that sort of genre. But the yeah, Rocky Horror in particular. Have you ever done one of the interactive movie events? I've done it once, where you're chucking rice and confetti and stuff. It's it was an experience. It was an eye opener. It was an experience. Airplane Jack, you know what? You and Lou would get on like a house on fire. Obviously, Lou's channel, the first thing you hear when you watch any of his videos is looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Obviously, that's from Airplane. But we were quoting Airplane while we were here. As a matter of fact, I've got some Aztec Dummy t-shirts. I think I'm going to be wearing one next week. I wanted to wear one for the Time Machine video that's coming out tomorrow. But I don't think it's been ironed, Mrs. Worldaway. I don't know exactly what you're going to say. If you want it ironed, go in the cupboard and do it yourself. What time? Right, well, I don't know what time Agora models... I mean, I'm going to try and hang around the stand most of the day, Mark. But I was aiming to get there for about 10:30, 11 o'clock time. So any time from there, you'll see me either going around or back and forward to the stand. I will be spending most of my time chatting with the guys there, because I haven't met a lot of people from Agora Models. So it'd be great to actually see that. You have a habit for causing great pain when you're a dentist. Oh, look, Chris loves that song, don't you? If you're watching Twitch, did you know you can link... Oh, well, that's Stream Elements. Hang on, what did you just say, Chris? you have Alex's comment about some be a dentist, and then you get Chris's as a retired dentist comment afterwards. You couldn't add better timing than that, could you? One of my patients was the head of BBC Comedy. It was his fault that Monty Python got on TV as bad as I am. Oh, I love Monty Python. Diego Stino has the victory back on site. I've seen it on site, Keith, but you know what? I was just done. I had to draw a line for it, otherwise I would have just gone crazy. Just looking at it, taking up space, not knowing if it's ever going to get finished, knowing that I've got a wooden Titanic to build, and I'm building a Sovereign of the Seas, which I've got coming after that as well. So I'm just lining them up, and if each strip takes 6 years, that's almost like a quarter of my life doing ships. I know you don't like Blade Runner for whatever reason. I personally think it's a masterpiece because it's boring as hell, Joss. It's boring, boring, boring. And the second Blade Runner film was even more boring. Can't stand Blade Runner. I've managed to get through the film once. that's how much I think about it. I've just really upset a lot of people now. I know I have. I know there's a lot of Blade Runner fans, but for me, it just didn't do it for me. I just could not get into the film at all, which is shocking because I mean, I like films like The Matrix. I like films like Fifth Element. I like Soylent Green, which Logan's Run. But yeah, Blade Runner just didn't do it for me at all. Lawrence quoting the airplane. We have clearance, clowns. Roger, Roger. Watch your Vector, Victor. Oh, see, I'm not the only one. You've been trying to do... Well, Sovereign of the Seas was a gift to me by John Russell, who's in chat at the moment. I went down to Portsmouth to pick it up. So that I've got to do. But obviously I'm on the Titanic now, so looking good. But John had already started that for me, so it's all good. We are all good. So let me tell you what's going on next week. So we're going to have Mrs. World... Well, tomorrow's the Time Machine video. On Saturday, Mrs. World of Wayne's done the first part of the Book Nook. Now, she hasn't stopped doing the Doll's House. We've just taken a break from that. She's doing a Book Nook, which is pirate themed. So you're going to love that one. That's going to go up on Saturday. Then on Monday next week, I'm going to get some of these Agora models builds out the way. So the Leopard tank will be done. The Zero Fighter Box 11 will be done. And probably the next Jaguar will be done. I think I've got Box 9 of the Jaguar to do. So that's coming next week. And then in the Time Machine, I don't think there's going to be a Time Machine video out next week. Probably the week after, because I'm working on the hardest part of it, which is the electrics. And as I said, we have got a Zoom call with Spruverse and Aztec Dummy tomorrow, just to fathom out some ideas regarding the engineering and the gears for the discs, because we've had developments on that, and we need to look at it. So we'll have to see. But listen, it's coming up to 9 o'clock, so thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoy the Time Machine build tomorrow as much as I enjoy building it. It's a lovely build. I love these builds, just like the ET and the Orca here, where you get to do your own thing. And as you can see, there's the chair over there just sitting proudly on my workbench. There's the Root Master down there, actually, if you can see, and R2-D2's legs. Wow. But it's all cool. But listen, thank you for joining me tonight. You take care of yourselves. I'm going to finish my run to end the stream. Cheers.